Well, that's pretty good. You get the arrows. We're going to work on that bow hand when you get back.
Okay.
I'm Fred Bear. Archery has always been my sport. It's fun and recreation for the entire family. Why don't you try it sometime? And be sure to be with me next week for my next story in my world of adventure.
I've been employed at Bear for nearly 45 years, and it's been a real experience. I'm the Director of Operations here at Bear. The experience that I've gained through the years is making bows from scratch for traditional bows, helping with all the compound bows, and really now I'm the Director of Operations. I'm responsible for everything that goes on here at Bear Archery in Gainesville, Florida. I worked with Fred Bear from 1979 to 1982. I worked on the Fred Bear Signature Bow project, and that was a bow that Mr. Bear did back in 1982 is when we launched it. I started as a production worker. I molded bows for a good length of time. Fortunately, my dad worked for Fred Bear from 1967 to 1999. Obviously, Mr. Bear passed in 1988. But my dad at the time Mr. Bear passed was the chief bowyer for Fred Bear in traditional. When the time came for archery to start contributing to the Pittman-Robertson Act, Fred Bear was a constituent of that. He actually went out and lobbied other archery companies and other archery manufacturers that were involved in archery at the time and wrote them letters and asked them to go to their state senators supporting archery to become a part of the Pittman-Robertson Act.
I've been fortunate to take my lifelong passion and turn it into my profession. I work for Bear Archery. I'm based out of Evansville. I've been fortunate to work for a handful of other companies. You know, before being in this position and being inside the industry, conservation and how it was funded, you know, it's not very apparent. My personal belief or what I saw was, you know, you buy a tag, that's what went to the bottom line, which is true, but federal excise tax and a few other things with the Pittman-Robertson Act, that also contributes and is a main contributor to conservation and, you know, the opportunities that sportsmen and women have.
Bear Archery has been paying its rights to the Pittman-Robertson since 1972 when archery got involved. And it's been a belief of Bear Archery ever since then, under even a number of different owners, that this is a very important piece of the hunting industry, the conservation of wildlife, the ability to allow people to go out of doors and actually experience wildlife in a way that can only be experienced when you're there.
So as a hunter, every year we buy licenses and stamps, and myself, I'm going to hunt probably 4 different states this year. You know, it's a good amount of money, but I don't have any problem doing it. Those states, they take that money and they put it towards, you know, future opportunities and for developing wildlife management. And ultimately, I want to thank them for everything that they do and affording us the opportunity to be able to hunt in those states.
Bear Archery says thank you to every consumer that's buying archery equipment or other equipment that supports the federal Pittman-Robertson Act. And as far as the percentage that allows us to have lands, it allows us to be able to have a bag limit on game if we're hunters. It allows us to enjoy sports or just be out in the wilderness. And it also, you know, from a thank you for supporting Bear Archery. The support of us allows us to make more products and allows us to invest more money into the customer itself. And the customer thanks for investing in our products for the fact that, you know, it helps contribute to this conservation over and over and over again, and we appreciate all of that support.
All right, Jim Carcuto here with Outdoor Stewards of Conservation Foundation. We just wrapped up a tour of the infamous Bear Archery here in Gainesville, Florida. Had a great tour. We want to thank the folks, Neil and Caleb, for giving us a tour. I can't believe how much stuff goes into making a product like this. I mean, a lot of hands-on, a lot of time, a lot of craftsmanship goes into these great products. But one of the things they kept saying over and over is that a portion of every one of these goes to fund conservation. The monies from these bows and from their compound bows really supports the Fish and Wildlife Agencies of America, and those guys getting their hands dirty doing the on-the-ground work, maintaining healthy wildlife populations, maintaining habitat. It cannot be done without three parts. The manufacturers like Bear Archery, the state DNRs, all the work that they're doing, and you. If you hunt, fish, trap, or shoot, you are a primary funder of conservation in America. You should be proud, and you should learn about it and spread the word. So hey, thanks for being a steward of conservation and a primary funder of conservation. Have fun, stay safe, and enjoy the outdoors.